preparing to live stream the meeting. You see?
Okay.
Let me see if I share the screen, it's not allowing for you to see this. But let me.
No, but here on the top it says that this meeting is being live. This
Right now
meeting
we
is
are live
being live
streaming.
streamed. Yeah, that's what it's saying. Or you have to confirm because it says okay. If you look on this side, on your right hand, on my right, it says there's a button there. It says you just click OK. And let me click OK and see what happens. Oh yes, there's the YouTube thingy there. You see it? That side in the top corner.
Where?
You see where the corner where your screen and my screen are, where the three people in the meeting are, right in the top. Okay, you see this arrow? Can you see my arrow? Can you see this? My cursor?
Uh-uh.
You can't see my cursor.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you can see where my video is. How do I explain this? It's on the top right, in the top right corner. My right though. So it probably would be your left. Okay, you see where there's the leaf. If you have the taskbar at the bottom of the screen, in the far right,
I'm
there's
on a
a
different screen.
when you want to exit. Uh,
Let me try to get out of this live stream. We got two screens running. Hold on. We got two screens running. The challenge was we had two screens running. I had the live
okay.
stream running and the Zoom. So we have to get this right. Otherwise, on that day, we will make this kind of flop. Um, is there a way you can stop these effects? Because I can't see you now. It's the effects. It's just going like that.
I don't think I can stop it now. Only
Okay.
when we go off.
Okay.
Let's see, mute audio,
Okay.
stop, view profile, view profile.
Okay. I can share the screen. Uh, I wanted to see where it allows both of us to share. Share sound. Oh, wow. Because there's nothing right now that I have to share, but I wanted to see what you were showing me. But yeah, this is the steps are here. I can send them. And I did ask Brother Imo to create a group with this guy in Nigeria because he will be on the ground. And they sometimes they're so loud. And
Yeah,
you need somebody to really control the people on the ground and to make sure uh, the presenters are showing properly on the screen because
exactly.
sometimes
Yeah,
things are so. I've done it with them before, but we didn't plan. I just had my Zoom on, and then they were also projecting their phone to the audience to the Zoom. So there were some challenges, but we didn't do like a post-mortem. So I was telling them we should always do a post-mortem so you can learn from the
prepare.
mistakes that you've done, you know,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Because also you'll be having audiences, so it needs to be professional
you know. And if you are live streaming, people can join from anywhere.
from
And if it
anywhere.
looks
Exactly.
stupid and nonsense, people will just leave, you know.
Yeah.
But I know the Nigerians, they really go way out. They're planning, and it's just a 1 day event. So I wanted to live stream it to my YouTube channel. Have you watched one of the videos on my YouTube channel?
I watched the one was it yesterday.
Or the interview with Brother John Jackson, the one who's
Yes.
donating the $1,000?
Yes. I
Yeah.
think I watched two or three, and I liked them. They were all they looked very professional because everything was, the communication, the setup, everything just looked like most videos that I've watched, like podcasts
Thank
and
you.
stuff like that. Mhm.
Thank you, Rich. I just wish
Yeah,
sometimes the people that I'm interviewing, there's someone who can help them for them to, show themselves properly,
yeah,
but I guess people understand these are elderly people. They are in their 80s,
yeah,
and
and
I
it's
think,
live. Uh, Yeah, people also understand that it's live and it's not choreographed.
yeah,
It's
you
yeah,
know,
and it's being done by private people because it's not like being done by a corporate or a
yeah,
news company where they have
yeah,
people that are in the background that are correcting and speaking to them in the ear to say, hey, sit like this, or pushing the camera in a certain way. So don't stress too much about that. As long
yeah,
as there's no too much shaking, it's not shifting, it's stable, and the audio is clear, then you are generally fine as long as people can hear what's being said. Mm.
yeah. Yeah. So I just hope and pray that this bank account can be opened soon so the money that Brother Jackson wants to donate can be in before the 17th. So you can have the new laptop with you. And
Yes.
also at the end of August, hopefully you can get that stipend of 3,000. So you
Mm.
don't feel, like you're working and you don't see the fruit. I know that's not your salary, but
Mm.
at least we can comfortably say there's a 3 month salary in that money, 369, and then the other um five. Am I right? What will make it? It's 16, no? 9,
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The other seven will pay expenses and buy data for some of these UNIA people, as long as we have
Yes.
record. And that's your responsibility to show this record, how that money
Records.
is
Yeah.
being spent. And this is why I was
Okay.
saying, even with this FNB account, if it were possible for us to add you to be the account manager,
Okay.
so this is why I'm even saying Maslin must share what she's helping with right now to try to open this account to
Mm-hmm.
share it on the administration group.
Okay. No, no, not a problem.
Mhm. All right, then let me not take much more of your time. Um,
All
as I
right.
was, as I'm trying to explain, the event for Nigeria is to do with the UNIA,
Okay.
and this bank account we are trying to open is for UNIA Africa. We are like the headquarters, but we are registered in South Africa. So, Mr.
Okay.
Matebula is to open UNIA South Africa. In Nigeria, they
Okay.
have to open UNIA Nigeria.
Nigeria.
In Sierra Leone, they have to open UNIA Sierra Leone. Now,
Okay.
we have regional directors. There's 5 regions in Africa. Each
Yeah.
regional director will have those countries his um
Portfolio.
under his portfolio. Thank you. For him to help those countries to register, UNIA Uganda,
Okay.
UNIA Kenya. That's how it's supposed to look. so that
Okay.
there's a flow and we are working, systematically. So when the regional director helps that country to register, like now UNIA Nigeria, then we have a national manager or country manager. That country person then now speaks with the provinces and creates chapters at
Yeah.
provincial level or
Yes.
or what is the district level, all the levels as
Mhm.
they go down, depending on how the structure is in that country, because they're not all the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is the picture. If I'm giving you just a quick picture
Yes, I, I,
of,
I I do see it.
thank you. So now you being there, you're going to be like a very key person in the Secretariat office in UNIA Africa, in the main headquarters. So the goal here is for me to speak with the presidents of Africa, for them to contribute money to the headquarters for us to be able to do our work.
Okay.
We're not duplicating what AU is doing. This is UNIA. We're carrying on the work of Marcus Garvey. We want
Okay.
to reach the grassroots. We want to help our people to be self-reliant, to start to
Mhm.
open factories, do things at our own level, at not to be bossed around, do for
Yeah.
self, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Or those,
Yeah.
there's a gentleman here who runs a show. He was complaining and saying, while we're busy saying do for self, Elon Musk and them are getting money from government. Why are you, the American blacks, not also knocking? And I've asked the Americans that question, the African Americans from the UNIA, not just any, and they have their answers. So they they determined to do things and not wait for help.
Yeah.
So the goal is to get to the grassroots, help the people at grassroots level to bring ourselves up
Up.
and
Exactly.
wait,
Yeah.
not wait on any handouts
And
from, USA, ID, different, all these NGOs, some of them have got different agendas.
oh yeah, because of who's funding them.
You see, so if
Mm.
once our people understand that at the grassroots, they will be in control of what they can do,
Yeah.
and not be made to believe that they can't do certain things, that they only need to wait for donations or aid. You don't need aid when you have all the resources. If you can mine and do mining, you just need to get the right help to be able to do that mining.
The
You need to get
support.
the right education, and we have the course of African philosophy. We have what Gavi did. He left a lot of good stuff that we can carry on, trickle it down to where it's needed.
Okay.
Like for instance, when I went to the Burkina Faso embassy to go present to the ambassador the course of African philosophy, he wanted us to go on a field trip to Burkina Faso and see how best, we can implement that course. You see, so
Yeah.
that is
Mhm.
still pending, is hanging, and we can do it through the structure of UNIA Africa.
To Africa. Yeah.
We can go back and revisit, using our African American brothers, because there's a brother in Atlanta, Georgia. He trains that course, Brother John. And when I was there at the embassy, I had Brother John on Zoom. He also spoke with the ambassador. So the ambassador was very pleased, and he was like, we should do a field trip, mission to
Yeah.
Burkina Faso. So at least there we know we've made that contact. And I cannot do all this work alone. We need to bring these regional directors on board. Also
Board.
for the
Yeah.
diaspora, there's like 10 regions in the diaspora. So all
Diaspora.
those 10 regional directors here in the US is 4. And then the other the 6. So once we have this machine going, we have all these regional directors, they appoint now the national directors under them,
Okay.
and we can get the machine going, let the work flow. Because right
Yeah.
now it's too much work on one person, and
Yeah.
that's me. So unless we get more funding, it's difficult to do the work. You need salary, I need salary too. We need resources. We need to pay for our data. We need transport. We need the right devices to work with. It's all money. So we need to find ways and means to fundraise. There's a doc. I am registered with funds for NGOs here in New York. And there are several calls for proposals from Switzerland, which some of it is to do with human rights, and we are dealing with human rights. I have a nonprofit called the Constitution Guardian of South Africa, registered there. So each African country is supposed to register Constitution Guardian, or it can either be separate from the UNIA, they register it, or it can just be adopted by the UNIA as a program.
Chapter.
To make the work less. But these things, we can talk about them when we have raised money to have a convention, a conference where we all come together. And 2027 is what we're planning for. We're planning for that first convention that UNIA Africa is going to host. But we're going to host it in Nigeria because unfortunately or fortunately, they were the first to propose. And this event that's happening now in August would have been that event, but we haven't invited no heads of state. So we can't proceed. So they brought it down to just celebrating Gavi's birthday and the pardon. But next year, we are inviting, and this is where me and you have to work. We have to invite, and we need more hands. The two of us can't do it alone. We need someone who can. I have a database for all the presidents in Africa. So somebody needs to communicate with each president, let them know about the UNIA, let them know about the event next year. And this is the time to do it. We were supposed to actually do it way back. With them, you have to plan things a year ahead because their diaries are full. So that they can start planning and saying, okay, if they can't go to the event in Nigeria, they will send maybe the deputy president. So planning. So the stuff is planned for and they can also donate or contribute to UNIA Africa, so that event is done properly, because it needs money to book the venue for these dignitaries to come to. You see, so at the same time, we are inviting them, but we also want their support financially as well. So for us, contributing in this August event, it's good because it's going to continue to next year. 2027, we will be planning 2027 there in Nigeria. And then maybe 2028, it will be in South Africa. It will rotate every year. Like how Gavi had it going, they used to have a convention every year. So every year it will now rotate, but Nigeria is the first place. Next year, 2027. Then at that event, we will then maybe vote where does the next one go to. People might put names in a bag, which country, and then you count which country wins for the next event. Okay. So it's important for us to be part of this Zoom on the 17th. And this is part of making sure that it happens well, whether we live stream. If we can't live stream, then we just record the Zoom and then we will post it to the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Thank you, Richie. Any questions?
All right. All right.
Any questions from you?
No, not for now.
Oh,
not for now. I'm just with thoughts from the things that you're saying to find out how to make sure that on the day that the connection is seamless. That even if it's like you're saying Zoom and YouTube. So I'm trying to think. I'll think of something.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And I wish there was a way I could give you my login details to my YouTube channel, as well as the Zoom, so that if I am not there, you can also be the host. So I'm going to look at that. If there's a way that we can both have the ownership of the Zoom, sort of.
Okay. All right. No, we can discuss that.
But I know when the Zoom is on, I can make you um, host or co-host. I know that we can do that. But I also want you to have control. So if there's any meetings you need to plan, you can do it through the Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
also
Cool.
how you can get into my YouTube channel. Like I see Sabby Saps. She works with this gentleman where after she presents, then this gentleman will go over certain things. Or she said he's a producer. So maybe on the YouTube, there's a way to make you the producer or something like that. So we work together,
Together.
you
Okay. I
know.
can look into that as well.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you. Bye bye.